Rowland Fredricks. I work for one of the private companies in the oil and gas industry, Shell companies in Nigeria. I'm currently the chairman for PENGASSAN in that company, Shell. I studied political and administrative studies and marketing. I'm married to Rowland Fredricks and we have children. I've been a PENGASSAN member for well over 20 years. I have also led within the various organs of the association, starting from chapter and currently as the branch chairman. And I'm doing my second term. And am I interested to know as well that in 2017, I was the director of campaign for late Francis Olabode Johnson, our late president. I did that work so well that I was able to return everybody that is the current CWC that will be exiting in August. It has never happened in the history of the association since it was found 41 years ago. It has never happened. So that was a feat that we can present to anybody any day to say, look, for a man to be able to do this, we got everybody within all the aspects of the industry, call it marketing, call it producing, call it the government agencies and all of that. So we're able to get everybody to join us in that journey. And when it got to this preparation for the next delegate conference, the people just on their own asked me, look, DG, you have done this. I think we're proud of you. You'll be able to lead us. Because I didn't also just go to sleep after I did that work. We have been able to support the current CWC to achieve all they've done within the last 3 years. So I think I'm ably qualified, and with the massive support behind me, I think I can make it. I see that we have a lot of issues around ethics and compliance. And that is exactly something I'm interested in. We need to be able to take the code of conduct for our officers to a higher level from where it is currently, such that when deals are closed at any organ of the organization with either management or anybody, those who are primarily concerned with that transaction will be able to say yes. We are aware through the journey for closing this deal, and I think we'll accept it. As the chairman of the subcommittee on investment for PENGASSAN that midwifed the construction of the about to be commissioned event center in Port Harcourt, I think looking at where PENGASSAN is today in terms of investment, we need to do more. So I'll follow up with what the outgoing CWC have done in that space and be able to see how we can do more investment. Because I think in the new PENGASSAN, if we can be able to realize from our investment, I think the confidence level will also grow. We'll be able to maybe look at government in the face to ensure that government understands that PENGASSAN is a major stakeholder in this country. Not necessarily somebody who comes to negotiate the terms and conditions of employment. No. I think with the level of human resources available to PENGASSAN, it is time we begin to play at that level where government will realize that we are here for serious business. Moreover, this is the industry that is feeding this nation. We have to be co-participators in trying to ensure that the industry delivers the dividend that will make us happy as workers and also make Nigerians happy for the blessings of God that they have on their land. So that is what we want to do. When elected, within the first 100 days in office, I want to close out most of the legacy issues that we currently have in the association, because we need to move forward from most of them. It has to do with our members. It has to do with the misunderstanding in their employment. I want to be able to close those things out to at least 75%. Secondly, within the first 100 days in office, bring about the change that I believe should be able to change the governance model in PENGASSAN. We are going to see how we will devolve some more powers, not by amending the Constitution, by telling people, look, you can do this as a zonal chairman. I want to ensure under my watch that we're able to give more powers to all the other organs to be able to do greater business such that the things that delays the NEC meeting will not happen. Because I want to see NEC within that my 100 days in office, that we no longer talk about bread and butter. We talk about issues of national importance. One, tap into the local market using domestic gas. Look at how we can grow our participation in the international market. And then thirdly, how we can put together the gas security for the country in the future. For me, government, I think they have done a bit in that space from that moment till now. I think government need to look inward again to be able to see how we can pursue it with vigor. Most of the SMEs are waiting on power. They can't do anything because we are not pursuing the gas master plan with vigor. We need to do that. Look at how long it took us to take FID on Train 7 for LNG, just to make another 8 billion scoff a day to add to the 22. We could do that because when the LNG came on stream in 1999, there were people who never did anything. Today they're ahead of us, and they have taken a larger market share. We need to do that. So government should be able to drive our policy towards the gas master plan. And then I bet you it will revolutionize the nation. Things will change. And then if I have power light as a welder, I can weld at night, anytime, and make money. I don't need to start generator because the cost of running AGO and generators is huge, and that is why go to Transamadi, most of the companies are no longer there. But we can return to that space if we're able to pursue the gas master plan vigorously. Those people who are making those insinuations, ask them. The company they work, what is the governance structure? It's something that a union should be able to achieve and show the world. My organization is the only one in the whole Nigeria within the IOCs that parades Nigerians as leaders. No other one. All the shell companies in Nigeria, Shell Nigerian Gas, is led by a Nigerian managing director. Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production, which is SNEPCO, is also led by a Nigerian. Shell Petroleum Development Company, SBDC, where I work, is also led by a Nigerian. And that same person doubles as the country chairman of all the shell companies in Nigeria, including our interest in the Nigerian liquefied natural gas. It didn't just come by wishful thinking. The union made it work. So as a union chairman, I talk beyond CBA. CBA will only grow my pocket as a worker. How does it affect Nigerians? But when you do things that favor this country as a union leader, that is when you can beat your chest to say, yes, I'm a unionist. And that is what I bring to the table. I never told anybody that I want to be president of PENGASSAN. My branch held a meeting, first of its kind. It hasn't happened in any branch. Ask them. My branch held a meeting, the branch executive council meeting, took the decision that I should file down for this position. And they wrote a memo and circulated to all the branches, all of them, they have it, to the National Secretariat, to retired elders of the association. So no branch will take such a decision, knowing full well that the man they're talking about will be retiring, as they say, in 3 months or in 6 months or in 1 year. Within my tenure in the last 5 years, I've been able to do something that is unique by ensuring that no matter how the reorganization goes, you don't exit a very young person from the company. As long as the person is not found wanting at all, you have to allow our younger folks to be able to continue to pursue their career. I've been able to make it possible within my term that capacity building is encouraged by the company. Today, if you come to my company, for every expat, that's an expatriate, for every expatriate you see in any shell company in Nigeria, we have 3 Nigerians who are out there overseas working, growing their capacity so that they can come back here to be able to also take higher responsibility. And we are not only growing Shell, we are growing the industry, and that has kept our expat percentage in Shell below 5% of the Nigerian workforce for the period running. After COVID, most of what used to be will no longer happen because the new normal that we have seen already will continue thereafter. A lot of gathering in the offices to do one thing or the other won't happen. If you talk about how you return to work, how many people will return, we'll still be doing the numbers that we are doing. What will be the role of government in all this? Because in whatever thing even the companies will wish for, the place of government is also paramount. Because you can see today, how many people are employed in Nigeria? Amongst the teeming graduate population in Nigeria, how many of them are employed? And pushing so many others into that space, the government should be concerned about that. So how would government want to respond to post-COVID? We too should be able to tell government, this is what we believe or the role you need to play. Already, maybe you're aware that sometime in March, there was a rollout that nobody should sack anybody. But how that will come out eventually is what we're also watching. Somewhere in February this year, we advanced a new approach to manage the refineries in Nigeria. Early April this year, the GMD of NNPC came back to say, I think government is also looking in that direction to be able to evolve the strategy for running the Nigerian liquefied natural gas for the refineries. I think that is heartwarming for both PENGASSAN, the NNPC, and the Nigerian nation. So I want to say that we are happy for that development from the government angle. And we believe that it won't just end with the mere mention of it. We will support government as PENGASSAN with our members who work in the refinery in a manner that everybody will be happy.